Good afternoon, grades 3rd and 4th. Today's lesson is Learn About the World with Miss Kelly. And today's continent is Australia. Australia is the smallest continent and one of the largest countries on the earth, lying between the Pacific Ocean, right here, Pacific Ocean, and the Indian Ocean, right here, Indian Ocean. In the southern hemisphere, Australia's capital is Canberra. Located in the southeastern east between the larger and more important economic and cultural centres of Sydney and Melbourne. Alright, so also we'll be learning about, Oceania. The region of Oceania in Australia include the continent of Australia as well as many surrounding island countries. It's located in the southeast of Asia. Australia is the smallest continent by size and second smallest in terms of population. Oceania and Australia are surrounded by the Indian and Pacific Oceans, as I showed you earlier. Much of the region's landmass is desert, but there are also very lush areas. Oceania has some very unique animal life, such a small regions. Some examples are a koala, which is not only a bear but a marsupial, the platypus, and the kangaroo. All right, and the population of Australia is as of 2019, 25,879,000. And its rank for population is 53 as of 2018. And they're saying the projected population for in 2030 is 27,564,000. Their total area is 2,269,976 square miles. And the total area in square kilometers is 7,692,202. The density a person per square mile is 8.1 as of 2018. And then their square per square kilometer is 3.1. As of 2018, the urban and rural population. The urban population is 86% and the rural population is 14%. Life expectancy at birth for male from 2014 to 2016 was 80.4 years, and a female was 84.6. Literacy percentage of population age 15 and over literate. They say not available for either male or female. All right, so as I was saying, in ranking, Australia is the 7th largest, smallest, and 6th most populous continent. Its major biomes, as I told you before about biomes, which is, let me tell you what biomes is again. Before we forget, what did I tell y'all biomes was? If anybody remember what biome is from our previous lesson? A biome, for those that don't remember, is a community of plants and animals that have common characteristics for the environment they exist in. All right, so the major biomes for Australia are rainforest, desert, savanna, and temperature forests. Their major cities are Sydney, Australia, Melbourne, Australia, Brisbane, Australia, Perth, Australia, Adelaide, Australia, Gold Coast, Australia, Auckland, Australia, Manukau, New Zealand, Church Christchurch, New Zealand, and Canberra, Australia. The bordering bodies of water are the Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Philippine Sea, Tasmanian Sea, and Coral Sea. The major rivers and lakes are Lake Geria, Lake Carnegie, Lake Taupo, Lake Murray, Murray River, Murrumbidgee River, and the Darling River. The major geographical features are the Great Dividing Range, McDonald Ranges, Australian Alps, Great Victorian Desert, Tasmanian Desert, Great Artesian Basin, Great Barrier Reef, which is in the Coral Sea, Southern Alps, and South Islands. Alright, let's see. Australia's mainland extends from west to east for nearly 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers, and from the Cape of York Peninsula in the northeast to Wilson's Promontory in the southeast from nearly 2,000 miles, 3,200 kilometers. To the south, Australia's jurisdictions extend a further 310 miles or 500 kilometers to the southern extremities of the island of Tasmania. And in the north, it extends to the south shores of the Papua New Guinea. Australia is separated from Indonesia to the northwest by Timor and Arafura Seas, by Papua New Guinea to the northeast by the Coral Sea and the Torres Strait, and from the Coral Sea Islands territory by the Great Barrier Reef from New Zealand to the southeast by the Tasman Sea, and from Antarctica in the far south by the Indian Ocean. Australia has been called the oldest continent, the last of lands, and the last frontier. Those descriptions typify the world's fascination with Australia, but they are somewhat unsatisfactory. In simple physical terms, the age of which the continent is currently impressed, most of the rocks providing the foundation of Australia landforms were formed during the Precambrian and Paleozoic time, some 4.6 billion to 252 million years ago. But the age of the cores of all the continents are approximately the same. On the other hand, whereas the landscape history of extensive areas in Europe and North America has been profoundly influenced by the events, processes that occurred since the last ice age, roughly the past 25,000 years. In Australia, scientists use more intensive time scale that takes into account the great inequity of the continent's landscape. All right. As you know, I always have challenges for whatever lesson I'm doing. So the first challenge for today is, what is Australia known for? We've heard about some of the things that Australia is known for, but have we ever really took the time to find out? Now this is the chance to find out. Challenge number 2. Name 3 animals that live in Australia. Challenge number 3. Name 3 celebrities from Australia. But before that, I got some fun facts I want to give you before I give you the assignment. The fun facts I have: much of Oceania is sparsely populated, and there are more sheep in Oceania than people. Australia was first used as a prison colony by Britain, where they could send unwanted criminals and outcasts. The name Australia means land of the South. There are less people that live in Australia than in the U.S. state of Texas. Oceania is located to the southern hemisphere. This means that it's winter during June, July, August, and summer during the months of December, January, and February. That's kind of strange. That's weird. I think I would enjoy that because my birthday's in February, so I would love to have summer and when it's supposed to be winter. And I found that I like some of the information I found on Australia because it's different from ours. Our country. So here's something else I found. American style concept of natural frontier moving outward along a line of settlement is inappropriate. There are rather a series of comparative independent expansions from a margin of various colonies which were not joined. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I found something else, y'all. What are the major countries in Australia? There are no major countries in Australia. Australia is not a continent. It's a island country. If you mean states and territories, there are 6, and 2 territories in a multiple external territories. Our states are Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania, South Australia, and Western Australia. When did Australia become Australia? Australia attained independence as a nation on January 1st, 1901, after the British Parliament approved a law which allowed the 6 Australian colonies to administer the Commonwealth of Australia exclusively. During this time, the Australian Commonwealth became constitutional monarchy. So those are some fun facts that I found about Australia. All right, so the assignments for today is 1. Tell me about something you learned about Australia. 2. What foods are Australia known for? And 3. Tell me about a famous monument in Australia. Also, part of your assignment is 30 minutes of math on Splash Learn or Prodigy and 30 minutes of reading on ReadWorks. And as I said, that's the lesson for today. See y'all tomorrow.